Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, and that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
I got a hold of everything and I come from study. And now the whole world gon' know my name. And I used to have nothing, but now I got a whole lot of everything. That's why I come from study. When I'm gone, the whole world gon' know my name. 12 years old, caught up in that street line. I was trying to shout harder than the street light.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to historic Don Reichert Gymnasium here on the campus of Southside High School. I think you can call it historic Don Reichert Gym. Of course, Don Reichert himself etched his name into Southside Archers history when he won a state championship coaching the boys basketball team here. I believe that was the 1958 team that won the state championship. Southside's won 2 state championships in boys basketball, once in 1958. Did I say 1918? It was 1958 when they won the most recent one, and then before that, they won one in 1938. But the matchup tonight is against the Peru Tigers out of the Three Rivers Conference. Almost exact opposites as far as records are concerned. Southside comes in at 5-0. Peru comes in at 0-4, most recently having lost 70-63 at the hands of Southwood. They also lost to Columbia City by 10. Now, Columbia City is playing some really good basketball right about now, but if you're Peru, it's a team that has had some success in recent years, whether it's under the current head coach Travis Smith or the former head coach Eric Thompson. Eric Thompson had a 20-win season back in the 2021-2022 campaign, 20-3 in a sectional championship. They won sectionals again in 23 against Norwell before losing to Delta in the regional final. And then Travis Smith led him to a regional championship against Lafayette back in 2024. Now, of course, the Southside Archers are coming off a great season. I believe it was 17-7 was the record a year ago. But now we're going to pause for the national anthem. I'll talk more about Southside when I come back on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, that was the national anthem. With that, we will turn it over to our PA announcer as he introduces the starting lineups first for the Peru Tigers.
Starting for the Peru Tigers, number 3, Zion C. Number 5, Isaac Brady. Number 11, Reese Bellar. Number 14, Oliver Ray. Kingston Eldridge. And the Tigers are coached by Travis Smith. And now, the starting lineup for your Southside Archers. Starting at guard, number 2, Joshua Sandoval. Starting at guard, number 4, Javon Irving. Starting at forward, number 10, Jerry Timberlake Johnson. And starting at guard, number 11, Terrence Jordan. Starting at guard, number 33, Cortez Wallace. And the Archers are coached by Coach J.J. Foster.
Well, like I said, the Archers are 5-0. More on that in just a moment. Big-Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big-Eyed Fish. Of course, it is because of our sponsors, such as Big-Eyed Fish, that we get to do all the games that we do here on SummitCitySports.com. Southside 5-0, and kind of like last year, they are riding their guards. At least that's a similarity to last year, although the difference is they don't really have the dominant big man like they did with Zachariah Belcher and his younger brother Zakarian, who could be dominant when he was on the floor. They're not a part of the team anymore. So Southside relying heavily on the guards, including, of course, Javon Irby, Terrence Jordan. Jordan's the leading scorer coming into this game. Irby's second leading scorer, but Josh Sandoval, JT Timberlake Johnson, Corte Wallace, and KJ Alexander provide a big boost when they're on the paint. Right now, Southside starts with the basketball inside the first 10 seconds. As Reese Beller goes for the pull-up jumper, it's short. Wallace has the board for Southside. The long outlet to Sandoval. Now he'll fire and hits a three. And Southside's already got a triple early in this one. Loose ball picked up by Jordan. Long outlet looking for Wallace. Regains a handle of the basketball. Wallace cross-court for Irby. Had a good look. He'll go with the dribble drive instead, and he puts it in. Javon Irby, an early bucket. And the guards for Southside making an impact. They start with a little pressure. Back-to-back makes you get a chance to set up your pressure. You like to run pressure if you can make your basket. It's easier to set up the press as opposed to you're struggling to hit your shots and your opponent's getting quick rebounds. Sandoval getting his hand in the cookie jar, but Zion C able to recover, but he misses around the rim. Here comes Terrence Jordan. Has it poked away and stolen away by Easton Truax. And Zion C comes back down the floor. Battle on the boards. C still battling for it, and that jump ball will go to Southside. The Archers get the first jump ball of the game. A team that's good at getting out in transition, forcing turnovers. Irby, did he touch it last? No, he did not. Yes, he did. I thought the initial signal was about to be Southside basketball, but yeah, I was about to say, that's Peru basketball. That's what they signaled. Jordan was waiting to inbound it. Instead, the Tigers take over with 6:29 left to go in this first quarter. Southside scored on their first two possessions, but of course, you turn the ball over, it might be hard to set up your press, but a good job getting his hands up. That was Irby as Zion C backs it outside. I've been calling him Zion. He just goes by Zion. This is Reese Beller trying to make a move, and he feeds it outside to Isaac Barley. Barley through the paint, got it. Peru's gotten good looks around the rim, but up until then, they had not been able to cash in, but it's a one-score game. Irby on the wing. He'll spot up and hit a three ball. Southside has so many dangerous three-point shooters. Irby's one of them. There's that press again. Taken away by Jordan. Jordan going down the floor. Sandoval, too strong. Do like Jordan trusting his teammates there, but the Tigers get out and run. Rabe missed the shot down low. Jordan's ahead of the pack. Has it poked out. Easton Truax. It's Easton, not Ethan. Like Easton Corbin, the country singer. Crossover dribble. Zion C. got it. And Travis Smith wants a timeout. First timeout used by either team. Peru now has 4 left. While they take a timeout, we will get one more word or two in from our sponsors and then maybe show you a couple of replays while we have a chance. Of course, we heard from Big Eyed Fish earlier. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. Well, so far, it seems like it's all about the transition game, whether it's Southside or Peru scoring the basketball. Here early on, you see Southside getting a chance to get out and run on our Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning replay. Corte Wallace almost turned it over, but was able to regather. And then Javon Irby knows he's capable of shooting the three, but he also had a clear lane down that baseline, and he took advantage of it. Irby does have a three in this game as well. Irby looks to drive. Running out of room, and they're going to get Irby for an offensive foul. It's the first foul of the game, and now Peru has a chance to make this a one-score game. Southside's got their press set up. Of course, you can do that with the stoppage and play. That ball got out in front. Sandoval had a chance at it. That's blocked but out of bounds. JT Timberlake Johnson got a hand on it, and the Tigers will keep the basketball. KJ Alexander will check in. He's a junior, and he may come in off the bench, but Alexander does a lot of good work when he's on the floor. Keeping plays alive. Solid scorer as Zion C looks for room. Irby trying to wall him off. And Jordan with the takeaway. One-on-one. Jordan going up. Could not finish it. And the Tigers get the stop. Crossover dribble by Zion C. Drawing some trouble. And he finds Reese Beller. Beller goes inside to Easton Truax, and that's ripped away. It's Irby. Through traffic, Alexander with the left hand. Oh, and Alexander was so close to a takeaway there. But that was all started with a defensive Javon Irby. And he's guarding Zion C right now. Oliver Rabe going into the paint. Too strong, tipped in the air. And Jordan came away with it. Alexander just able to get to the basketball. Cutting through, Timberlake Johnson. JT Timberlake Johnson. Ollie Rabe comes across the timeline. He slips, and he lost it. It's a turnover by the Tigers. I thought for a second that J.J. Foster was calling for a timeout. Apparently that is not the case. He's just signaling something to K.J. Alexander. Again, KJ did have a chance at a takeaway not too long ago, but that was right after he finished at the rim. So good job on his part getting to the basket and finishing the possession. Timberlake Johnson looking for help. He finds Irby. Irby wanted the three, got a more high percentage look. And Javon Irby's got 7 points already in this one. Rabe gets across the timeline. Lob to the corner. Jacob Boswell, he's a senior. He's got a twin brother, Jackson Boswell, who's not playing today. Javon Irby at 5'11" with the block shot, and that ball's poked away by C. Poked out again. Alexander got his hands on it. The Tigers recover. Both teams know they have to take care of the basketball. Certainly Peru recognizes that. This is a scrappy Southside team, and I think that was Timberlake Johnson who got the block. Tigers get it back. Isaac Barley got the takeaway. The three will not fall, and that's going to be off of Peru. They call it Southside basketball. I thought it was off of Wallace, but they say it's off Peru. Vincent Wynn will check into the game. Tallest guy on the Southside roster is Cameron Charlton. He's on the JV team. He is listed on the varsity roster as a freshman. Maybe we'll see him later in the game. Vincent Wynn's three is too long. Timberlake Johnson's got the board. Looking for space, and he finds it. And he finds 2 points as well. And now Travis Smith wants another timeout. That's already the second one he's had to use. Well, before we get a look at our latest, or before we hear from our next sponsor, we'll take a look at our latest replay. JT Timberlake Johnson didn't have a whole lot of space, but he's the one that made this play happen. Offensive rebound, couple of dribbles, and he finds his shot right there underneath the backboard, or right next to the backboard. And that's 2 early timeouts, meanwhile, for the Tigers. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in our area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Little late pressure here from the Archers. Tigers still trying to beat that 10-second clock, and they do. Zion C finds his man. Corner three on the way, and finally the Tigers get a 3-ball to go. Jacob Boswell knocks it down. That ball got poked, but Timberlake Johnson able to slip it through traffic. Wynn trying to battle for it, and he stepped out. They're going to call it out on Peru. I beg your pardon. I thought they were going to call it out on Southside. Instead, the Archers keep the basketball. Inbound goes to Timberlake Johnson. He's going to step back for the 3, and it's long. Did Irby touch that ball? It looks like they're saying he did not. He came close, but it's going to be Southside basketball. A minute 47 left here in the first quarter. 9-point lead for the Archers. Irby catches it on the other side of the timeline. Irby's got 7 points already. A blocked shot. He's got a steal and an assist as well, if I'm not mistaken. He's one of those guys who can do just about everything at a high level. Wallace from downtown. Corte Wallace gives the Archers their third 3 of the game. Corte's dad, Colas Wallace, is the head soccer coach here at Southside. He's in attendance tonight. And that's going to be a foul on Timberlake Johnson. Looked like he made a little too much contact on that double team. Check that, it's on Wallace. Same guy that just made the 3 a minute ago. That's where Southside has the disadvantage right now. They've committed 2 fouls. Peru hasn't committed any. A minute 17 left in this game. Reese Beller across the timeline. He gets it to Zion C. Zion C's the leading scorer in this ball game. Leading scorer for this Tigers team, I beg your pardon. That ball got poked away by Alexander. He's got Wynn on the outlet. And Wynn's able to finish. Double team comes. Beller across the court to Winecoat. And that was just barely recovered by Zion C. A chance at a 3-ball. That won't fall. Irby has the outlet if he wants it. He does. Wallace draws the foul. He had Beller coming in hard, and he gets fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Foul on the Tigers, number 11.
Just watching that, it was almost like Wallace just knew that was his best chance, was to draw the foul. Show it to you in just a second after this first free throw. A little bit long on the first one is Wallace, but here's another look at it. Wallace gets down the floor. Irby with a good rebound. He does find Wallace, and I think Wallace just knew he was about to get fouled, so just got the shot up and decided to take the contact from Beller. But he's 0 for 1 so far. 1 for 2 now.
In for the Archers, number 12, Tavon Morrow.
Tavion Morrow will check in for the Archers. He's a senior, 5'7". Southside doesn't have a whole lot of size, but they have a lot of quick guards who can defend really well and get out in transition, and guys who can get their hands up like Elijah Norman just did. That's going to stay with Peru. 30.9 seconds left, but Norman with a heck of a play. He's a freshman, 5'8". And Isaac Barley will inbound for the Tigers. Got that one into Ollie Rabe. Wynkoop looking for help. Rabe thinking about the three. Wynn trying to stay with him. Wynkoop feeds it inside. That shot's off the mark. Alexander has it. He had to put it on the deck. Alexander got a man to fall down. Timberlake Johnson couldn't finish. They're going to call a blocking foul on the Tigers. And Timberlake Johnson's going to go to the line. That'd be the second team foul on Peru. Comes with 7.9 seconds to play. And Timberlake Johnson able to hit his first free throw of the game. Got them both. Off the hands of Ben Wynkoop. And the Tigers turn it over with 3.9 seconds. Southside could get a shot off before the end of the first quarter. They're going to get one off from three. It's no good. That was Tavion Morrow who shot it. But the Archers will take a 17-point lead into the second quarter over the Tigers. And we are back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Back here at Don Reichert Gymnasium on the campus of Southside High School, it is the Southside Archers leading this game 24-7 over the Peru Tigers. Have another update from Jaron Matheny. He's got Northrop versus Leo. Northrop's leading that one 21-10. That is at Northrop High School, and that is where Southside will be this coming Friday night. They'll be there for both girls and boys basketball. That turned into a trip-up game for the Archer boys last year. They had the better record than Northrop. Of course, Northrop was coming off that one-win season as we get a foul on the Archers. I think they got Sandoval for that one. They did. But Southside was definitely expected to win that game against Northrop, but Northrop came to play that night. They got out ahead early, and whenever Southside seemed like they were getting back into it, they never really were out of it, I don't think, but whenever they would get the game to be close, make it a one-score game, Northrop would usually answer. And Northrop ended up getting the win, and that's kind of when you got a little indication, hey, these Bruins might be a much better team. Irby with harassing defense there, but doesn't get the turnover. Truax feeds it outside. And Truax gets the bucket on the inside. Corner three, Josh Sandoval. Book it. His second three of the ball game. Full court pressure and almost a bucket right off of it. And that's intercepted by Alexander. That was a quarterback playing cornerback. And Jordan draws the contact and gets fouled. KJ Alexander plays quarterback on the Southside football team. He was more like a cornerback that time. I'll show you the replay after this first free throw for Terrence Jordan. He's got it, and would you believe that's Jordan's first point of the game? He's the leading scorer for the team coming into tonight. Anyway, here's that replay. Watch KJ Alexander. Covered him like a cornerback. Got right in front of Zion C and got the takeaway, and Jordan, as a result, goes to the free throw line and gets only one of those free throws to fall. Southside does add to its lead. Irby guarding Zion C, the 6'2 guard. Peru has not yet won. They've put some winning basketball teams on the court in recent years, but they're 0-4 to start this year. Wallace got his hands in the cookie jar. Ollie Ray was able to stick with it. Zion C at the top of the key. He looks down low to Reese Beller. C trying to go to work, and he draws the foul on Irby. And for Javon Irby, that's already his second personal foul, second team foul against the Archers here in quarter number 2. 6:42 left to go, and nobody going to the scorer's table just yet as Zion C is able to rattle home that first free throw. Now for Zion C, that's his first points of the night. He's the leading scorer coming in for Peru. He goes 2 for 2. And 2 much-needed points for the Tigers. Jordan inside to Irby. He'll bring it back out. Irby looks to attack. Goes outside to Alexander. Alexander puts it on the deck. Shot will not count. They're going to say Alexander was fouled by Dawson Babbs. Inbound to Jordan. Wallace, the catch and shoot, hits another three. Corte Wallace from downtown, his second three of the game. And here's that press by the Archers. The Tigers do beat it as Babbs finds his man. Entry pass, Zion C trying to get around his defender, and he scores. How did he do that? Jordan back out to Irby. For Zion C, that's his first make from the field. That's a deep three. Josh Sandoval, no good. Alexander kept it alive at first, but good hustle by Reese Beller. And Wallace almost got the takeaway, but he kicks it out. Isaac Barley will inbound. 5:42 to go here in quarter number 2. Gets it right into Reese Beller. Beller, the second leading scorer on this Tigers team, as he finds Ollie Ray. Entry inside. Zion C, too strong. C gets the offensive board. Second chance, and that's a foul. I think they're going to get Alexander for that one. And now a technical foul. Did they just give that to Travis Smith? That's where the official pointed. Official pointed to the Tigers bench. I think he pointed right at Travis Smith, and now it looks like he's telling him to sit down. So we get a personal foul on the Archers and a technical foul on the Tigers. Because of the personal foul on Southside, Zion C goes to the line, and he gets to shoot 2. But I believe Southside will get to shoot 2 right afterwards, and they'll get possession of the ball. Well, those 2 free throws help Peru cut into this deficit a little bit. But now Southside's going to get to shoot free throws, and they're going to send Javon Irby to the line. Irby makes the first one count. Second one good as well. And it will be Southside basketball. Boy, that is... You get a guy to the free throw line, have a chance to cut a deficit down to 16. You've been down 20 points. That is not when you want to be committing a technical foul, especially not against this Southside team. They can make a lead swell at any moment. Ironically, Terrence Jordan does not yet have a made field goal in this game. Zip pass inside, Alexander in trouble. He traveled. That shot won't count. Southside does get to set up their press after the inbound. Nice behind the back dribble. Zion C going through the paint, but he could not spin it home, and that's ripped away by Irby. Looked like C had him beat for the rebound. Irby regains control. Sandoval with space. Couldn't hit. Offensive board, Terrence Jordan. Wallace feeds Irby, and Irby missed the reverse try. And here come the Tigers. Zion C gets past Wallace and puts it in. Irby wanted to spot up. Instead, he'll feed Alexander. Wallace has a look, but that's an air ball.
And for the Archers, number 21, Vincent Wynn.
Vincent Wynn and JT Timberlake Johnson will check in. KJ Alexander and Javon Irby go to the bench. Irby's got 2 fouls. That's probably one of the reasons why he's going to the bench. It may not be long before we see him come back in. That ball got poked away, but right there to recover was Reese Beller. Beller leans in and finishes. And don't look now, Peru's on the comeback trail. Sandoval on the attack, right at the rim, too strong, and they're going to say he was fouled in the act of shooting. So Josh Sandoval will go to the free throw line. Dawson Babbs called for the foul. 4:06 left to go. Peru was held to just 7 points in the first quarter. They've already got 12 here in the second. Been a while since Southside's hit something from the field, but Sandoval able to get that first free throw to go down. He'll get one more. Got them both. My mind goes back to last year when Southside hosted Woodland. The Archers had, I think it was a 19-point lead. Oh, nice shot in off the glass, Zion C. Peru starting to get a little momentum here. Woodland cut that deficit all the way down to 1 point. Sandoval got it, and he needed it. He needed it because Purdue's been able to knock down some shots the last few times down. Hit plenty of threes today. He's got 3 already in this game. That ball goes out of bounds. The Archers touched it. Wallace touched it last, so Peru will keep the ball. It's been a while since Southside's gotten a stop. Had a couple of chances at turnovers, and that's one of the best ways they can come at stops, although early on they were working the glass pretty well, even though they're undersized compared to the Tigers. Zion C brings it outside. Barley swings it. Good look. Winecoop, and he is fouled. Timberlake Johnson had the rebound, and Jordan commits the foul. Like I said, it's been a while since Southside's gotten a stop. They had a chance to get one there. That is not a foul you want to be committing. Ben Winecoop goes to the free throw line. Able to hit that first one. Kind of a low arc. But Winecoop gets one, and he's got 2 more. Got it. Second one, or rather third one, won't fall as Wynn comes down with it. Archer's lead remains 15. Their next foul would put Peru at the free throw line. Jordan still without a make from the field. That pass goes a little bit long. C recovers, bobbled at first, and the shot just crawls in. Winecoop puts it in, and it's a 13-point game. Winecoop's got the last 4 Tiger points, and they force a turnover. and they get out and run. Isaac Barley puts it in. And now J.J. Foster's going to call a timeout.
30-second timeout, Southside.
Southside's had a hard time getting stops lately, and that continues. Had a hard time finding any kind of good look around the rim lately. Get a look at the last couple of baskets. The replay's brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Terrence Jordan just left that one a little bit short. He had a man right in front of him. And then even those passes out in front of Zion C, he sticks with it, and Ben Winecoop is able to hit down low for the Tigers. And they cut this deficit down to 13 at that point. It's currently 11. But then here's another look at the latest replay. Zion C created that turnover. And then Barley gets down the floor and puts it home. Again, our replay is brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Do have a couple of updates for you. Snyder's up 39-13 over Lures at halftime. Joe Northern's on the call over there. As the Southside Archers come across the timeline, this is Corte Wallace. Irby looks to attack. He slips, and he got fouled. Apparently they called it on Barley, Isaac Barley. That'd be the fourth team foul on the Tigers. Next one would put Southside at the free throw line for double bonus. Are they going to say that this is now a shooting foul? Or are they saying this is the fifth team foul? And now Joshua Sandoval is being told that he's been warned. The officials are trying to calm him down. I think they are saying that this is the fifth team foul against Peru. And now Sandoval has been given a technical foul. He was warned, and then the officials gave him a technical foul. They're explaining it to J.J. Foster. Had to have been something that he said. Well, if this is the fifth team foul against Peru, then Southside will be shooting free throws, but then Peru will be shooting free throws because of the technical foul, and they'll get the ball. So Javon Irby is going to get to shoot 2 free throws for the personal foul, but then it'll be free throws for the Tigers. Irby's able to hit his first. But again, Southside's had trouble getting stops. I don't think they've gotten a stop the last at least 10 times that Peru's had the basketball. Irby only gets 1 there. He gets to 10 points, but right now the Tigers are going to put Zion C at the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. And if he gets both of these, the Tigers will have a chance to get this back to single digits. Zion C true on that first free throw. And KJ Alexander will enter for the Archers. He got them both, and it is a 10-point game. So the Tigers will get the basketball because of the technical foul. You do not want to be giving away technical fouls when your opponent is on the comeback trail. And that's what just happened. 2:24 left to play in this first half. Zion C gets through the paint. Tough shot, too strong. And Wynn gets the rebound, just got it to Irby. Nearly a takeaway for Barley. Over to Wallace. Alexander, left-handed, too strong. He got it back, and he put it in. KJ Alexander, much-needed bucket for Southside. In a sense, they got the stop, but that was after the Tigers went to the line and got 2 free throws. Zion C gets it. He's guarded by Alexander. C's got the size advantage, and he puts it in. Zion C with 14 points in this game. Irby brings it outside. Gets it over to Elijah Norman. Irby's going to spot up for three. Too short. And the Tigers get the board. That's Ben Wynkoop who gets the rebound. Wynkoop, a couple of crossovers, and he's across the timeline as we approach the final minute of the first half. Zion C, pull-up jumper, yes! And the Tigers have worked it back to single digits. Southside struggling to get stops here in this second quarter, I beg your pardon. Now they can run the clock down and hold for the final shot of the half. There's no shot clock in IHSAA basketball. Wallace on the attack, through traffic. I think they're saying the foul was before the shot, but that will send Wallace to the free throw line. That should be free throws for Southside. They're already in the double bonus. .9 left to go in this first half. And a little long on the free throw. I think Southside's only had one or two trips to the line where they've gotten both to go. Oh for 2, and Beller with the box out. Things could get interesting here. They get the ball down the floor to Wynkoop. 36 seconds left. Ripped away by Alexander, and he finds Irby. Irby into the paint, and the left-hander just goes down. And there the Archers get the stop, but the Tigers still with one more chance before halftime. 18 seconds. Here's Beller. Beller throws it high over to Wynkoop. That's a deep three. Too strong. Irby's got it. 10 seconds. 7 seconds. Irby down the floor. 5 seconds. Through traffic. Alexander fakes and scores with 2 seconds on the timer. That second quarter got more interesting than Southside wanted it to. But back-to-back stops and back-to-back buckets for the Archers, and they lead it by 12 at halftime. The Tigers almost got it down to a 2-score ball game. The Archers slow the momentum, at least for now. Well, I'm going to get a couple words in from our sponsors. It is because of our sponsors that we're able to do all the games that we do on SummitCitySports.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. It's that time of year again. Always 100 presents Holiday Hoops for kids grades K through 12. Both boys and girls get to participate. You'll get to work on dribbling, passing, shooting, and defense. Camps go from December 29th through the 31st. You'll get New Year's Day off and then pick things back up on January 2nd. Morning sessions go from 9 to 11 a.m. Afternoon sessions go from 4 to 6 p.m. It all takes place at the Parkview Sport One Fieldhouse in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It is the Southside Archers leading by 12. Now, they had a 20-point lead, and then Peru went on a good long run. I think they scored on, it must have been 5 or 6, maybe even 7 straight possessions, but then the Archers got a couple of big stops toward the end, and those stops led to buckets, and at least for the time being, got momentum on their side. I'll show you the replays. They're brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Here's a look at the first one. KJ Alexander comes up with a huge takeaway here. Ball's just dribbled in the wrong place, and when that happens, Alexander is ready for the takeaway. A nice little Euro step by Javon Irby. Little shooter's roll off the glass, a shooter's roll that could hardly have come at a better time for Southside as they're able to get it back to a double-digit lead. And then, well, you be the judge. Is this the shot you want somebody taking when you're about to run out the clock? Clock hadn't run out yet. There was still 10 seconds left. Irby gets the board. Slips it through to KJ Alexander. How about that fake? Sees two defenders coming and then goes up after the fake for the bucket. And the Archers have a 12-point lead at halftime. But again, they had a 20-point lead in that second quarter. Peru cut it down to 8. We'll see if they can cut it any closer or if Southside can find some answers. We're back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, it's a 45-33 lead for the Southside Archers over the Peru Tigers. Do have a few more words to get in from our sponsors before we go any further. Again, it's because of our sponsors that we're able to do all the games that we do right here on SummitCitySports.com. And, of course, that includes the good folks at Jolly Law Firm. They are the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government, whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation. Jolly Law Firm is the answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Southside up 45-33, but if you're a Southside fan and you see a 20-point lead go down to 8, which is what happened in the second quarter, you get a little anxious. But Southside was able to get a couple of big stops, including a turnover forced by KJ Alexander, and then Javon Irby came up with a bucket. Then Irby got the rebound on the following possession, and KJ Alexander comes away with the points on the other end. But Peru is definitely the taller team. They've got more of the size, and if they can take advantage of that and get some good looks around the paint, they can continue to work their way back into this game. They've been able to beat the pressure. Early on, you saw that the pressure was having some effect on Peru. They seem to make the adjustment there in the second quarter. We'll see if they can continue to make those adjustments as the game goes on. Now, here's how the game started. It was Josh Sandoval knocking down a three. Now, he did so after that great rebound by Corte Wallace, and I believe he had the defense there. Sandoval's got 3 triples in this ball game. That first one was right out of the gate, gave the Archers the early 3-0 lead. Now, Sandoval also does have a technical foul in this ball game, so that's also something to watch out for as we go on. Southside was able to get out and run quite consistently in that first quarter and build what was a 17-point lead at the end of the quarter. Corte Wallace able to regather there, and ultimately he finds Javon Irby. Javon's having a good first half so far as he puts that shot in on the baseline. Well, I'll tell you more about who the leading scorers for this game are when I come back from this next 40-second break. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
45-33. Southside is on top of Peru, although, again, Peru did turn a 20-point deficit at the beginning of the second quarter into an 8-point deficit late in the quarter. Of course, Southside 2 quick buckets at the end of the quarter to make it a 12-point Archer lead. Got the leading scorers for you. Zion C is the leading scorer for Peru with 16 points. And this is unofficial, but I do have Isaac Barley with 4, Ben Wykoop with 4, Jacob Boswell with 3, Reese Buller with 2, and Easton Truax with 2 as well. Those are the scoring leaders for the Peru Tigers. For the Southside Archers, Javon Irby has 12, Joshua Sandoval has 11, KJ Alexander has 6, Corte Wallace has 7. He's hit a pair of threes. JT Timberlake Johnson has 4. Vincent Wynn has 2 off the bench. What about Terrence Jordan, you might be wondering? He's only got 1 point. That's right, a single free throw for Terrence Jordan. Now, a great player can get it going at any moment, and you'd think that Southside is going to want him to after that little comeback run that Purdue put together there in the second quarter. If Jordan can get it going, it can only help the Archers. Again, this Peru team has fought back after being down big, kind of in a similar way to what Woodland did last year when they came into Reichert Gym. Southside took a 19-point lead. Woodland cut that deficit down to 1, but Southside was able to fight back and hold off the Warriors in the end, and that was a pretty good Woodland basketball team that Southside ended up holding off. Southside went on to have a great year that season, and they're hoping to have a similar year this year. So far, so good. They're 5-0. Of course, you don't have the dominant big man that you used to have with Zach Belcher and his younger brother Zakarian, who also brought some good size to the floor. Got a couple of updates to give you. Snyder's leading Lures in girls basketball, 55-14. Snyder looking for their 9th win of the year. That game's going into the 4th. The most recent update from Blackhawk Christian is that Blackhawk was leading Heritage 31-28. That might have been at halftime when that update came through. Northrop looks like they've got a 30-22 lead over Leo at the half. Mentioned Colas Wallace, the the father of Corte Wallace, is here in attendance tonight. He's the head soccer coach here at Southside High School. I believe he also coaches basketball at Memorial Park Middle School. Checking in on some score updates. Trying to see if we got any updates to those scores. Right now, looks like Blackhawk Christian and Heritage are at halftime, but we also got DeKalb at Bishop Dwenger. They're in the third quarter. DeKalb's leading that one 36-31 over Bishop Dwenger. A couple more words from our sponsors before we go any further. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana, we are LIUNA. Getting ready for the start of the third quarter here at Don Reichert Gymnasium. This is only Southside's second home game of the season. Their first 4 games were all on the road, and then Northside came in here for Southside's home opener. Southside won the game. It was Corte Wallace who hit the game winner. Archers ended up winning it 64-60, but Northside gave them quite a battle. Teams will switch sides, and it'll be Southside basketball with his 12-point lead. KJ Alexander will look to put this in play. Gets it to Jordan. Back to Alexander. Again, Jordan with just 1 point so far in the ball game. Irby steps back, and that 3 is long. Knocked away, out of bounds off Southside. Timberlake Johnson trying to force a turnover after the rebound by Beller. It'll stay with the Tigers. Southside will set up their press. Tigers got a 20-point deficit, took it down to 8. That was as close as they got in the first half, but they had a good long run and a chance to make a run here. As Isaac Barley will go to the free throw line, Corte Wallace called for the foul. Archers had some untimely fouls there in that second quarter that helped Peru get back into the ball game. And Isaac Braley will go to the free throw line. I think I've been calling him Barley a few times tonight. It's not Barley, it's Braley. Off the front iron, first time around. When you're trying to come back from a big deficit, you don't want to leave anything out there. Oh for 2. In the end, it is a stop for Southside. Jordan finds Alexander. Alexander was thinking about it. Instead, he feeds it off. Southside was having trouble getting stops in the second quarter. They do get one here. Wallace with a baseline jumper. Corte up to 9 points in the ball game. And here's that press. A wide open and an easy bucket for Easton Truax. Beg your pardon, Kingston Eldridge. I think I've been saying the wrong name a few times. Irby long on the jumper, and Eldridge gets the rebound there. They swing it outside. Ollie Rabe batted around, and Irby lost it. Rabe recovered. And count the basket. Southside got the stop and then turned it right back over. Now Peru can get this to single digits. Reese Beller going to the line. And he's able to complete the three-point play. Peru makes this a 9-point game. KJ Alexander calls out the play. A little crossover dribble. Alexander on the attack. Reverse is good. KJ Alexander with a big-time bucket. Long pass pulled in by Braley. He finds Ollie Rabe. Back outside to Braley. Braley makes his move inside. Zion C, too strong. And Terrence Jordan pulls down the rebound, and there's Southside gets a stop. Timberlake Johnson with the ball. Wallace. Got it! Nothing but net. Corte Wallace. Long pass down the floor. Braley fakes and scores. Isaac Braley gets it to fall. And the Tigers cash in transition. Over to Wallace. Wallace outside. Finds Timberlake Johnson. He just gets it to Wallace and a foul. Ollie Rabe was in the area, and so too was Reese Beller. Ollie Rabe called for it. And Corte Wallace will shoot 2. His first one would not go. Archers have left some free throws out there. Not that Peru hasn't left a few free throws out there. They had an 0 for 2 on their first possession of this second half. Isaac Braley comes in for Ollie Rabe. Second one goes. And ripped away. Jordan got a hand on it. He tries to stay with it, but wide open. Braley gets down the floor and he finishes. Nearly a turnover. Instead, it's points for the Tigers. Jordan still without a field goal in this ball game. Irby, pull-up jumper. No. And Beller's got the rebound. And again, turnover forced by Jordan. And Timberlake Johnson has it rejected by Beller. Right into the student section. It's off Peru. I was going to say Peru had a chance to get it back to a single-digit game. But Terrence Jordan stopped all of that. Alexander into the paint. Finger roll goes. KJ Alexander found a lane. Tough catch. Beller going down the floor. Into Timberlake Johnson. And a foul. KJ Alexander's in double figures, but Reese Beller goes to the free throw line. That goes to the third team foul on Southside. And Beller able to connect on his first try. He had a three-point play earlier in this third quarter. 4:26 to go in the quarter, and Beller goes 2 for 2. Archers with an 11-point lead. Tigers hanging around. Wallace, the mid-ranger, and he got fouled from behind. Zion C commits the foul. Now with the struggles that Southside has had from the free throw line in this game, fouling might not be such a bad idea. However, you give up 1 point. Yeah, it's better than giving up 2, but you had a chance to get a stop. And Wallace this time hits his first one. He'll get one more. It's only the second team foul on Peru this third quarter. And he goes 2 for 2. Beller out on the wing, looking to give it up. He had Boswell. And he's able to get that one to Wynkoop. And Wynkoop able to recover despite the stinginess of KJ Alexander. Just outside, Boswell missed the three, and Alexander the board, and that was actually Barley who boarded it. Here comes Jordan leaning in, and he scores. And finally, Terrence Jordan, scoreless no more from the field. A 59-44 lead. Here comes Beller down the floor. Good look. Count it. And a foul. That's the fourth team foul on Southside. It's on JT Timberlake Johnson. The next one will put Peru at the line for double bonus. 3:31 left to go. Reese Beller back at the free throw line. Timberlake Johnson commits his third. Looks like Vincent Wynn has just checked in. Got it. 3-point play for Beller. And the Tigers continue to hang around. Reese Beller is a double-figure scorer. He's at 10 for tonight. We've got 3.5 left to go in this third quarter. Wynn feeds Jordan. Jordan, the dish. Irby thought he had a good look. That was a good closeout, though. Alexander had it knocked away, and is that going to be Peru basketball? Looks like it's not. It's going to be Southside ball. That ball took a dangerous direction in passing by the Archers, but Peru was ready for every potential shot that the Archers were about to take. Jordan, right off the inbound, short. Got it back, counted, and a foul. Terrence Jordan keeps it alive on the glass. We have a final from Bishop Luers not too far from here. Snyder girls win it 59-24 rather. And Jordan able to complete the three-point play. He had 1 point at halftime. He's got 6 for the game now as he completes the three-point play. He's averaging over 17 points per game this season. He was averaging under 7 points per game as a sophomore last year. Lob into Babs. Wynkoop almost had it taken away. Jordan got his hands on it, and now Wallace does take it away. Looks back. Jordan's there for the putback. Terrence Jordan coming alive in the third quarter, but an outlet chance for Peru. That ball gets loose. Alexander recovers. Wynn has Jordan to his right. Late feed. Jordan finishes. And all of a sudden, the Archers have recaptured momentum here in the third. Travis Smith calls timeout. He's only got 2 left. But you have to take care of the basketball when you play the Southside Archers. In these last couple of possessions, here the Tigers nearly dodged a turnover, but Corte Wallace made sure that there was no dodging to be had, and then Terrence Jordan made sure that it was not an empty possession. He gets the putback, and all of a sudden Jordan's got 9 points here in the third quarter, 10 for the game. And again, you have to take care of the basketball against Southside because this is a Southside team that can make you pay for turning the ball over. That kind of took an awkward bounce. Vincent Wynn draws the defender to himself, and then Jordan there on the opposite block to put it in. Terrence Jordan comes in as the leading scorer for these Southside Archers, averaging over 17 points a game. He's got 10 for this one, 9 here in the third quarter. Good game between Leo and Northrop. That game's all tied at 39 apiece. 4:53 left in the fourth quarter over there at Mark Sheff Gymnasium. That's where Southside will be this coming Friday. A game that you can watch right here on SummitCitySports.com. You can watch the girls' game and the boys' game. Near takeaway for KJ Alexander. Isaac Braley, the feed to the corner. Babs' three, no good, but an offensive board. Rabe, and Rabe puts it back. Ollie Rabe with a tough shot inside as the Tigers, who turned a 20-point deficit into an 8-point deficit. Oh, Jordan in a crowd puts it home. Great ball movement, sets him up. And there's the Archer press. Terrence Jordan with 12 points, 11 of those points coming here in the third quarter. Kingston Eldridge the feed inside. Wide open, Beller hits a three ball. Tigers are going to need a few of those to fall if they want to come back in this one. You don't have to rely solely on three-point shooting to get back into the ball game, but you do want to be efficient at it. Jordan can hit from out there, and he does. His first three of the game. Another answer by the Archers, and Jordan's up to 15 points. He only had 1 point at halftime. Little spin move by Kingston Eldridge. Into the paint goes Rabe. He dishes it off, and Braley scores along the baseline. And taken away by Braley as he gets back on defense. Oh, that's going to be a foul. That's going to be a foul on Wallace. He was coming in for a takeaway, and he bumped Rabe in the elbow. For Isaac Braley, he's up to 10 points for the game. 1:08 left to go here in this third quarter. That was the 15th foul on the Archers. And Ollie Rabe will go to the free throw line to shoot double bonus. Again, keep in mind, Southside had a 20-point lead in the second quarter. Peru got that all the way down to 8 just before halftime, although Southside got back-to-back buckets and made it a 12-point lead. That's a big miss from the free throw line there from Ollie Rabe. He'll get one more try. Oh, Jordan. Lucky he didn't get called for a lane violation. Irby feeds it over to Jordan. Wynn's going to spot up. His three is good. Vincent Wynn from downtown. It's back to a 20-point Archer lead. Poked away, it's Jordan. He's got Irby to his left if he wants him, but Jordan with the offhand takes it to the cup. Terrence Jordan has come alive in the third quarter. 17 points for the game, 16 this quarter alone. That's Zion C. who spins it home. Irby brings it out. Wynn fouled on the floor. It'll just be the third team foul. And for Southside, that's not that bad of a situation because they can run some more time off the clock and hold for the final shot. For Zion C., he's got 18 points to lead all Peru scorers. They played Columbia City and ended up losing that game by 10. which seems small considering how good Columbia City is. How about the work down low by K.J. Alexander? Low pass. Braley recovers it. 5 seconds. Braley blocked. And we're going to get a foul on the Archers. It's going to be on Wynn. K.J. Alexander with 12 points. But Vincent Wynn with a big foul before the end of the third quarter. It's just his first. But it gives Jacob Braley a chance to shoot 2 free throws before the third quarter comes to an end. And he misses that one. Well, we've seen both teams leave some free throws out there, which seems amazing considering the score 78-56. And it's still the third quarter. Missed it. 2 seconds. Irby, desperation type shot, and it does not go. Lands in the student section. Looks like everyone's okay. Southside takes a 22-point lead into the fourth quarter. We'll be back to start the fourth quarter in just a moment on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
So I tell the truth all the time, ain't got no sympathy for no. I admit that I'm rich and I'm lit. Jumping up on stages, I get 200 kg, but I ain't really the game up. We make sure they trap down. They see how I made it, I'm the reason they won't rap now. See me out in traffic, make a hater pull his head down. Biggie's OG salute me, a stylist can't even stop me. The robbers probably wanna get me on hopping out Lamborghinis. The youngest turn in my city, they try me, I get it cracked. Some of this still would happen if I never started rapping. My people don't stay.
Well, high-scoring game. Southside does have a 22-point lead. As we go to the fourth quarter here at Don Reichert Gymnasium, Archer's next game will be on the road against Northrop. Have some tournament play over at Delta coming up just before New Year's Day. And I believe that'll be the Archers' last series of games before we turn the calendar to 2026. And then they'll go to Tipton on January 2nd. Big matchup here on January 9th as the Archers take on Homestead. That's their next home game. Then they'll get Marion after that. Zion C having a good night. He's got 18 points, and he led the comeback in the second quarter when the Tigers turned a 20-point deficit into 8 points. They're now down 22. Nice move. Braley able to spin it home. Isaac Braley now up to 12 points for the game. K.J. Alexander gets the feed and finds Wynn, and Wynn's going to be called for traveling. Mentioned earlier that Leo tied things up with Northrop. Surely that game has picked up steam since then. Do have an update from Bishop Dwenger. The Saints now lead 55-48 over DeKalb. As Zion C was about to shoot that ball, he had Irby right in his face and got it off to Babs. And Beller wasn't ready for the pass. The Tigers turn it over. Looks like all's good between Beller and C. Well, not all in the sense that it was turned over, but they don't have any qualms with each other. Archers bring the ball back across the timeline. Up 20. Terrence Jordan looking for help. He finds Alexander. Sandoval fakes. Dishes over to Irby. And Irby swings it back up top for Sandoval. He was thinking about taking a long three. Wynn just gets it back outside, and then Sandoval wasn't quite ready for that pass. Not in a great position to catch it either. And it's a turnover by the Archers. 6:45 left to go. Leo now leads at 43-39. Spin move, Zion C, too strong, and Irby gets tall. That's out of bounds off the Tigers. Javon Irby's physical, no doubt about it. He's well built. Height-wise, he's 5'11". But for a 5'11 guy, it looks like he has packed some muscle. Sandoval finds Alexander. Jordan. He had 16 points in that third quarter alone, 17 for the game. Alexander in a tight window. KJ Alexander up to 14 points for the game as Zion C gets inside, gets his own rebound and brings it back out. That's poked out by Jordan. Here comes Jordan. Puts it in. He just flipped it in. Jordan had a chance at another takeaway. Instead, it's a foul. But Terrence Jordan had just 1 point in the whole first half. He's got 19 for the game now. 17, or rather 16 of those coming in the third quarter. Elijah Norman, the freshman, will check in. And it will be Peru basketball. Beller finally gets it into Ben Wynkoop. Wynkoop, the spin move. And he gets the ball to Zion C. C was looking for the backdoor cut. Instead, he finds Jacob Boswell. Tough catch. That was Wynkoop. C back outside to Beller. C was thinking about shooting that three ball. I don't think he shot one all day. Struggled early in the first quarter, but then started to get it going in the second, a little bit in the third. That's a 5-second violation on the Tigers, and they turn it over. It's like Blackhawk Christian's all over Heritage. Jordan was thinking about the three. You know he can hit it from beyond the arc. Wynn has it ripped away. Dawson Babbs taken right back by Jordan. Alexander with space. Short on the three ball. Dawson Babbs the rebound and the outlet to Zion C. And in transition, Ben Wynkoop able to put it home for the Tigers. And J.J. Foster wants a timeout. Or does he? Was it Smith that called it? It was Southside that called it. So just the second one that Southside has used. J.J. Foster hasn't had to use a whole lot of timeouts. The Archers well in control right now by the looks of things. Now, Peru did make it interesting there in the second quarter. Made it interesting for a portion of the third quarter as well. We'll take a look at a replay here. KJ Alexander has 14 points in this ball game. And he got in amongst the trees on this possession. Southside is going to be the shorter team in a lot of their matchups this season, but so far they are 5-0. And a win on the road against Snyder, win on the road against Leo, beat Jay County and Central Noble. That Jay County game was a 7-point win for Southside. Central Noble's had some good teams in recent years. And Snyder, we know about the size they have. They're 1-2, struggling a little bit. They've got a chance to get things going back in the right direction when they go to Northside this coming Friday. Elijah Norman short on the three ball. And they'll have a non-conference game against Elkhart. Snyder will on Saturday. Zion C backs it out. That Northside game will feature Tim Atkinson and Keith Edmonds on the call. Zion C going for his first three of the game. Irby probably could have just let that one go, but how about Alexander getting up to secure that board? May not officially go as a rebound. That's going to be an offensive foul on Norman. Elijah Norman, the freshman. Yeah, Blackhawk Christian is well in control, up 62-37 over Heritage. That game's in the fourth quarter. Heritage was unbeaten going into that game. And Blackhawk Christian on a little two-game winning streak, had a loss to Warsaw at Grace College on Saturday. I got to think there's a sense that the Braves could have used a performance like that. And that's a good performance for them against the Heritage Patriots. Reese Beller makes the catch. Missed it. Alexander, long outlet. Here comes Jordan. Flips it in off the glass. Terrence Jordan coming alive in the second half. Give him 22 points for the night. And on the other end, Zion C hits a 3-ball. On the other end, Norman, no good on the 3, and Beller gets the board for the Tigers. Alexander jumps the pass and got it to go. I think that's going to count. Sure looked like it should. And yes, it was a foul on Peru. That was acrobatic work in the air by Alexander. We've seen this at least once already tonight. Alexander turning into a defensive back. He's a quarterback on the football field. He played more like a safety here, jumping a pass in zone coverage and then kind of a little double clutch with his right hand as he shot it. KJ Alexander, 16 points for the game, and he's been solid in just about every quarter in this one. Chance at a 3-point play. Looks like Leo and Northrop still going on. I'll check on that one here in just a second. Looks like they're on a commercial break. 3:23 to go, and looks like now they're ready to let Alexander shoot this free throw, and he hits it. KJ Alexander, 17 points in this ball game. Zion C trying to go to work on the freshman Norman, and he flips it in off the iron. A 23-point game for Zion C as Alexander dishes to Norman. Irby, pull-up jumper, looking for the glass, and he finds it. He also finds 2 points. Javon Irby, 14 points. Those will be his first 2 points of the second half as C looking for a second chance bucket, did not get it, and Norman with a tough catch down low for the Archers. Tavion Morrow able to field that one. Gets it back over to Irby. Wynn back outside, finds Morrow. Well, patient possession here by the Archers. Morrow for 3. No. Offensive board, Irby. Looking for help. And Norman does find Irby. He'll set the screen for him. Morrow to his left. Missed the jumper. Offensive board. It's Irby again. And he puts it in. Javon Irby allows the Archers to eclipse 90 points. Should say eclipse 90 points. 91 points, and they're going for more. Tavion Morrow, one-on-one down the floor, and that won't go. But Wynn with the offensive board. His shot doesn't fall. Oh, crossover dribble there, Reese Beller. And Beller is fouled with 1:30 left on the clock. So it's a 26-point lead for the Southside Archers. So no running clock in effect at this point. Meanwhile, that is the third team foul on the Archers. Tigers have committed 2 this quarter. No free throws yet for the Tigers. But they will get the ball with 1:30 left in this game. Winecoop has it. He's guarded by Norman. Able to get the ball to Dawson Babbs. Eldridge loses the ball. Got it back. We're going to get a foul. It's on Southside, on the floor. Basket won't count. Well, foul trouble is something that the Archers have had a hard time avoiding tonight. They got a big lead, no doubt about that. Meanwhile, Cameron Charlton has checked into the game at 6'4". Eldridge right off the inbound. I had the game against Leo, and Cameron Charlton got to close that game out with a big block. Poked away by Seba, recovered by Norman. Slips it into Charlton. Charlton's shot comes up short. Eldridge the board, the outlet, Zion C. No-look shot, won't fall. And we're going to get a foul. That was ripped away by Donovan Bell. Question is, who's the foul on? Looks like it's on Peru. And it is. Dawson Babbs called for the foul with 46.1 to go. And Peru will send in wholesale subs, including Owen Mayhill, Ashton Moorhead, a whole bunch of other guys whose numbers are not on the roster. Well, they're on the roster, but the jerseys don't match the numbers on the roster. 40 seconds left, at least in some cases they don't. Southside can afford to be patient here. They're on their way to a 6-0 start. Morrow's three doesn't fall. Charlton gets it, throws it up high, and that won't go. He goes down. That foul's going to be on Cam Charlton. 23.6 to go. That puts Peru in the double bonus. It's going to be a victory for Peru, but they'll have their next conference game coming up on Friday when they go to Northrop, and don't overlook the Bruins.
Shooting two for the Tigers, number 15, Easton.
I think the Archers learned that the hard way last year here at Reichert Gym. The Bruins came in here and knocked them off. I don't think Northrop ever built up a huge lead in that game, but they did lead early, and when Southside would get it down to a one-score game or something to that effect, the Bruins were able to answer. Only 1 for 2 on that trip to the line. Of course, you also have girls basketball over there at Chef Gym. I think that's Jaron Matheny who will be on the call that night, as that jumper just goes home for Donovan Bell. 5 seconds left. It's going to be a win for the Southside Archers. Poked away from behind. Jordan Sylvain with a takeaway. He stepped out with 0.2 seconds on the timer, but really all Peru can do here is inbound. Now they're going to take those 0.2 seconds off the timer, and that's going to be the game. The Southside Archers go to 6-0 on the season. Peru falls to 0-5. And they'll go to Tippecanoe Valley on Friday night. They're in Akron, Indiana. Again, Southside goes to Northrop. It'll be their last game before Christmas Day. Not their last game before the New Year, but last game before Christmas Day. And they'll have a little tournament play, the 2025 Delta Holiday Classic over there at Delta High School, starting with a game against Western. But Southside, so far, 6-0. Another great start to the season for the Southside Archers. Archers coming off that 17-7 campaign a year ago, 6-3 in the conference. Again, Northrop was a team that knocked them off last year here in this gym. So Southside certainly very well aware of that and hoping to make sure that the same thing doesn't happen when they go to Chef Gym this Friday night and take on the Northrop Bruins. But a good start to the season for the Archers. They are 6-0 on the year. It's time to award our Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game, and I think I've got no better choice but to award it to 3 different players. Terrence Jordan, 22 points for the night, came alive in that second half. KJ Alexander, 17 points. Javon Irby, 16 points. Also great sharing the basketball and great forcing takeaways was Irby. Jordan, Alexander, and Irby, your PSM players of the game here at Reichert Gym. A 93-68 win for the Southside Archers. So far, I believe this is their highest scoring game of the season. Yes, it is their highest scoring game of the season. 93 points the Archers hang on the Peru Tigers. That's going to do it for us here at Southside High School. For my cameraman, Oscar Harrison, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Reichert Gym. The Archers win at 93-68. You've been watching high school boys basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
It's gonna be a little lighter the next couple weeks, I guess.